Welcome to Green Gables, over 74 acres with 7 different residences, 32 bedrooms, 3 pools, a reflecting pond, a football field size Roman pool, and its own 50,000 gallon reservoir. In one of nature's finest settings, arguably in one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the world. Welcome to Woodside, California, and Green Gables. I'm Zach Goldsmith of Hilton and Highland here with my good buddy and colleague on this project,
Brett Bear from Vesta Home.
And we're going to take you through and show you the transformative process of one of the great architectural pieces in the world.
Just something out of a fairy tale, something out of a storybook.
Welcome to Northern California. Hope you enjoy this tour of Green Gables.
Let's go check it out.
This living room is one of my favorite rooms in the house because it is an indoor-outdoor setting.
You've got a very loungy, formal living room. It goes into a card room that was done by Green Green, that was gifted by the architects. Nothing has changed, and it's just...
Isn't that incredible?
It's really wonderful.
What I love about this hallway is it's a real presence, like you said before. It's a main artery of both wings of the houses. You've got the old, beautiful Green Green architecture, and they really had great foresight in creating these wide spaces, high ceilings. Mix this old with the new staging that you've created. Now these are usable bedrooms. The primary suite has everything you need. It's a great size. It's got a seating area. It's got a family room and an office attached. Big walk-in closet and bathroom, high ceilings, great spaces in this room, and I think, again, a great example of you guys taking what was a little older, drab, darker, and modernizing it. The upstairs hallway, much like the downstairs, has wide halls, high ceilings, coved, as you pointed out, beautiful family room off of the upstairs, beautiful gym. It connects the primary suites to the additional suites, including one of the great bedrooms down at the end of the hall. I love this room because it's a great example of all the bedrooms in the house.
It's just fun. You don't get these spaces. They don't come along very often. It's just a really fun, unique space.
I think part of the beauty of this room is the size and scope for dinner parties. You know, we just don't do that anymore. This is a room from a bygone era. It makes me wish I got dressed up for dinner more often. Like, you need a dinner coat
to even walk into this room.
To just walk in, to have lunch. Do you want it? You're wearing the right clothes. Would you like to join me for lunch?
Let's have a little pomp and circumstance.
This dining room is so well appointed. You've got the formal living room just off of the hallway. You've got the kitchen just back here. Tell me what you did in here to kind of give us this feel of old meets new once again.
Well, we lightened everything up, starting with the paint, but then the draperies, and just brought it up. The room has such a power to it, such a presence.
You know, the one thing that you didn't do with this room that we need is a bell. And if I could ring it right now, I would call you because you're far away, and I'd say, why are we eating in here when we can eat outside?
Let's get out of here.
Let's eat outside. Are they even serving us? This terrace we're standing on now is one of the focal points of the house. It is a centerpiece of what this was built around. Indoor, outdoor California living. It can host up to 1,000 people just on this terrace alone. So you start here, you have drinks here, and then you move on to some more of the gardens.
To this.
I think that this is part of the magic that makes up this property. There's no other place like it on earth.
Yeah.
The titans of architecture, Charlie Green and his brother Henry, purposely wanted to create an environment that was simple yet to the point. The entire property of Green Gables, to me, epitomizes grand scale with small places and moments of intimacy that create lifetime memories. It's like Disneyland for adults.
Yeah.
You know, there is a magic in the air that you can't describe unless you're here. This, Brett, I know what you're thinking, is not a Hollywood backdrop. This is real. This is Green Gables. And this here, like the reflecting pond, which is another integral part of this estate, is one of the pieces of magic that's hard to describe. And look at the ducks standing on the lily pads.
There's ducks?
So Brett, what I've showed you so far is part of the magic that makes up Green Gables. What you're about to see, I think, is going to blow your mind. A place for reflection and creation manifest themselves into something larger than life. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's see it.
Wow. Rome.
Oh my.
This is an unbelievable setting.
That is truly.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Not in this country, not on this continent.
Not in this world. Look at the detail that was put into this. Every stone was laid by hand. These two dramatic staircases walking down to the Roman pool. So part of our 74 acres is the football-sized Roman pool, flanked on either side by olive trees and oak trees. And think about the tranquility. You look around for days, you see nothing but your own property. We're only 20 minutes from the city. 20 minutes from San Francisco. And I think one of the most beautiful parts of this whole place is the location. When Fleischhacker designed this, he wanted to get away from the cold weather of the city. So 20 minutes south, he discovered a place that had microclimates. This has its own weather system. When it's 60 degrees in San Francisco, it's high 70s here.
Incredible.
This has hosted countless weddings, corporate events, retreats. You're shaded, you have everything around you. Another magical moment about this property, Elm Valley. The property's sustainability is assured by this 50,000 square foot reservoir below us. Now, it's fed from an underground water source, runoff, underground spring, and it feeds 90% of the water that runs through the property.
How incredible is that?
Free water. And it also supports your farm, your vineyard, your orchard, your fruit and vegetable garden, your built-in, your own farmer's market. Imagine this is your own private garden, your own farmer's market. But imagine you send your chef down here, or your team of chefs, to pick out the fruits and vegetables for the evening, and the wild venison running in the hills. We hope you've enjoyed the tour of this architectural masterpiece, this piece of history that is set up and primed for the next chapter that you will create.